Rais wa Marekani Donald Trump Jumanne hii alimshambulia vikali mwandishi wa ABC News na kupendekeza kituo hicho kinyang'anywe leseni yake baada ya mabishano makali katika ofisi ya Oval. Mary Bruce, mkuu wa waandishi wa ikulu wa ABC, alimuuliza Trump maswali mazito wakati wa kikao chake na mwana mfalme wa Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, ikiwemo iwapo biashara za familia ya Trump nchini Saudi Arabia ni mgongano maslahi na kuhusu mauaji ya mwandishi. Trump alikataa maswali hayo akiyataja kuwa sehemu ya udanganyifu na kuituhumu ABC kusambaza taarifa za uongo. Kampuni yenu chafu ndio mojawapo ya wahusika, Trump alisema. Nafikiri leseni ya ABC inapaswa kuchukuliwa kwa sababu habari zenu ni feki na sio sahihi. Licha ya malalamiko, Trump alijibu maswali akisisitiza kuwa hana tena usimamizi wa Trump Organization. Nimeacha biashara, najitolea 100% kuiongoza nchi, alisema, akiongeza kuwa familia yake imefanya biashara ndogo tu Saudi Arabia na kwa njia halali. Bruce pia alitaka maoni yake kuhusu hitimisho la intelijensia ya Marekani kuwa bin Salman aliidhinisha mauaji ya Khashoggi mnamo mwaka 2018. Trump alimtetea mwanamfalme huyo akimtaja Khashoggi kuwa mtata na kudai kuwa mwanamfalme huyo hakuwa na ufahamu wote. Usimuumbue mgeni wetu kwa kuuliza swali kama hilo, alimwambia Bruce. Mwandishi huyo alimkandamiza zaidi kuhusu sababu ya kutaka bunge liachilie nyaraka za Epstein badala ya kuzitoa yeye binafsi. Trump alijibu kwa hasira, ABC ni habari feki, mojawapo vituo vibaya zaidi. Trump alisema tatizo lake si swali bali mtindo wa Bruce kuuliza. Wewe ni mwandishi mbaya sana, alimwambia.
Mr. President, for your family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president, is that a conflict of interest? And Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the worst in the business. But I'll answer your question.
Thank you.
I have nothing to do with the family business. I have left, and when I've devoted 100% of my energy. What my family does is fine. They do business all over. They've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually. I'm sure they could do a lot. And anything they've done has been very good. That's what we've done. We've built a tremendous business for a long time. I've been very successful. I decided to leave that success behind and make America very successful. And I've made America more successful by far than it ever was, and that it ever could have been, no matter who was president. There would be nobody bringing in $21 trillion, that I can tell you right now. As far as this gentleman is concerned, he's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a question like that.
Just you ask, Mr. President, you allow me to answer. You know, I feel painful about, the families of 9/11 in America, but, we have to focus on reality. Reality based on CIA documents and based on a lot of documents that Osama bin Laden, he used Saudi people in that event for one main purpose, is to destroy this relation, to destroy the American-Saudi relation. That's the purpose of 9/11. So whoever buying that means they are helping Osama bin Laden's purpose of destroying this relation. He knows that strong relation between America and Saudi Arabia, it's bad for extremism, it's bad for terrorism. And we have to approve him wrong and to build our relation, to continue developing our relation. It's critical in the safety of the world. It's critical against extremism and terrorism. About the journalists, it's really painful to hear, anyone that been losing his life for no real purpose or not in a legal way, and it's been painful for us in Saudi Arabia. We've did all the right steps of investigation, etc. in Saudi Arabia, and we've improved our system to be sure that nothing happened like that, and it's painful and it's a huge mistake, and we are doing our best that this doesn't happen again.
Mr. President, this side, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
It's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. It's the way you ask these questions. You start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. And you could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched up. Somebody psychs you over at ABC. They're going to psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. And I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a hoax. Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me. But he gave money to Democrats. And people are wise to your hoax. And ABC's, your company, your crappy company, is one of the perpetrators. And I'll tell you something.
So why not just sign it now?
I think the license should be taken away from ABC because your news is so fake and it's so wrong. And we have a great commissioner, the chairman, who should look at that, because I think when you come in and when you're 97% negative to Trump and then Trump wins the election in a landslide, that means obviously your news is not credible and you're not credible as a reporter. So I've answered your question. You should go and look at the Democrats who received money from Epstein, who spent their time. Larry Summers was with him all the time. That creep of the fund guy was with him all the time. What's his name?
Reid Hoffman.
Who? Reid Hoffman. I don't know Reid Hoffman, but I know he spends a lot of money on the radical left. Reid Hoffman, in my opinion, should be under investigation. He's a sleazebag. And those are the people, but they don't get any press, they don't get any news, and you're not after the radical left because you're a radical left network. But I think the way you ask a question with the anger and the meanness is terrible. You ought to go back and learn how to be a reporter. No more questions from you. Who else has a question?